Okay, so good evening. My name is Thomas. I'm from IET on campus. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce one of our YPS members, Mr. Morgan McKinnon, who is actually working as a customer quality engineer in Kiotic. What makes you choose this customer quality engineer?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it had been the case. I was working in the UK as a design engineer working in optics, and I was looking for jobs overseas. So I'd sent out a few CVs out to a few different firms around Singapore and a few other areas in Southeast Asia. And one day I got a call back from the +65 number for this position as a quality engineer.
How has UK education helped you out in your career path?
I'd say most of it, it's not on textbooks. For me, it's always been about the practical. It's actually getting to play with it, to see how it works, to see how it reacts. I work in optics, but my bachelor's degree was in aerospace and my master's was in materials. So you could say, it's all over the board, it's all over the shop. So what I would say was one of the best things about my education in the UK is it gave such a large breadth of knowledge that I could even come to Singapore doing quality, which I had never done before.
So, in your opinion, Mr. McKinnon, when can we say that an engineer is successful?
You could have all sorts of answers here. You could say once an engineer becomes chartered, so gets the international recognition as an engineer. You could say when an engineer has won some awards, but to me, I would say an engineering is successful when he or she has been able to make an impact on the field they're working in where they're studying, and they've improved the world.
So thank you for answering my questions, Mr. McKinnon.
Thank you very much.
So, Edward, can you tell me about the two things that you like best about working as a design engineer?
Working as a design engineer, I think it will be a very challenging job because sometimes the customer, they will have higher requirements, and I would like to accept the challenge. It will be fun, and you can draw whatever you like, but important thing is it is functionable and presentable.
Okay, do you always have to work with the computer? Do you ever, have you ever had a time when you have to work with your hands?
Most of the times I will be working with the laptops, and sometimes I will bring the laptops, go back home to work for the project. We also have to hands-on to assembly the machines. So that's why we have to teach the operators, workers, how do they do welding the metal parts, the laser cards, and then also we have to guide them.
Which one do you prefer, using the simulation program or the, choosing your hand?
The software, because you will be sitting inside the office, right? So it will be easier.
So can you tell me about the one final question, okay? Salary that a design engineer can get.
Basically, they can get from 2,500 to up to 4,000. The salary is related with the risk, the working risk. High risk, it will be a high salary.
All right, so thank you for answering my questions, Mr. Edward Ho. Okay, so all right, so this is IET on campus. Thank you for watching.